Hi, Sal. Can you please show me how to adjust the timing on our landscaping lights?
Yes, I can. Here's the transformer. So just open the side latch here. Like that, right? Open the box. So this is all low voltage, and this whole system plugs into an outlet that you've got here, which is a GFI timer, right? A GFI outlet. Let's see. And a little button in here, I'll show you. These little buttons in here, you press those. So the first thing it throws out to your timer, and you're like, the lights aren't coming on. The first thing to check isn't here. The first thing, well, you can open it up, you can take a look and make sure that this is like either an off or on position. This is an on right here. This is a switch, a little toggle switch here, goes on and off. So typically it's always left on, so there's a current going into here. But what can happen is sometimes like a storm or something, or like a little surge, and if there's like a surge of electricity, it could trip the lights. So that's what these little GFIs are, ground fault indicators. And these little buttons will pop out, and you push the button. If the button depresses, that means that it was popped out and there was no power. So whenever there's a surge and there's no power, it'll pop out to protect everything there. So as far as setting the time on these little pins right here, it's like an egg timer. Right now we've got it on set just about 10 o'clock in the morning. And this dial right here, you see this, the white here is for the AM and the dark is for the PM. So when it comes on right now, it's set to come on at 6 o'clock. You see this little on-off above? When it goes to 6, it turns on. So then the lights go on.
Got it.
And then when they go off, you have it set for midnight to come off. So when that pin comes up to midnight, like it is, and it trips, that goes off. When say you have a party and you just want it to stay on or something, I mean, you could just take this out and say, oh, you want to leave it on till the morning or whatever. And one night you just want to, and just plug it like this and leave it on and it'll stay on. Or if you want to shut it off that way too, you could just plug it. If you don't even want to deal with this and you want to leave the lights on, you could take the plug right out of here and put it right into there, and then the lights will stay on and you can just shut it off right there.
Okay.
If you don't want to deal with the timer. Otherwise, let's say, you're having a party, you want to have it a little bit later, or whatever, or you're staying up a little bit later and you want to set it for like 2 o'clock or something like that, or 3. You just move the pin.
Pull it out.
The pin comes right in or out. Right? You just say you want to set it at 3 o'clock. Like some people, like myself, I let it come on in the morning. It's low voltage. It doesn't cost like regular old lights do.
Okay.
The cost is minimal. So if you wanted to leave it on until the morning, just like have it on all night, and I do that. You could set it at 6 o'clock or something like that. It'll come on and it'll go off at 6 in the morning. If you want, some people do it for security reasons and things like that too.
Okay.
So like I said, normally you're keeping it at midnight. Let's say you got company or whatever. You want to leave it on a little bit later. Put it whatever time you want. If you're not sure, again, you can leave it on until the morning comes on. So we're putting it back into here, and let's say there it is at midnight. Now let's say, it's getting later darker. I mean, it's
lighter till 8 p.m.
Right. So if you wanted to come on like at 7:30 or something instead of 6, you can move it just that easily. And it's just like green is go and red is stop, right? So it turns on. So then we're going to set this back to about 10 o'clock. And again, this is the power from the unit. If it's on or off, it's got to be powered on. Right here, it's powered on. This comes in. And then this right here will say, once it's plugged in, if it's on or off. Right now it's in the off, and then you'll have on. So, and just to like go through it again. So let's go through the cycle. Now we have it set for 7. Once it comes to 7, you'll see that switch. See the 7 comes in, and it goes like that. Let me see here, it's coming around. We got it 7 at night. So there it comes at 7 at night right here where that diamond is, that triangle right there, 7 o'clock. Here's the 7 o'clock pin. Now it just kicked it on. And now the timer is going to go to 12 midnight. Here it is about to pass 12, and it goes off. And that's how it works. And now we just set it back. Now, if the power goes off to your house or something like that, and you check this, you open this up, first thing you're doing, is that on or off? Is this on or off? You make sure that's on. make sure the times are right. Sometimes if the power goes off, this whole timer could be, because if there's no power coming to this outlet, there's no power here, and the clock will stop. So if you check all this, and you check your GFI, and there's still nothing working, there's one other thing we can check. So we'll do that now. So now, if that doesn't, we're in the garage where the breaker panel is, you know, so check the breaker panel. And sometimes it'll be listed right on, these lights are on the south side of the house. You know, so it's, you know, you're testing like you've got these open spaces, water heater. This is really good that your electrician lined it up. Not everybody has this, but this is good. So as far as which breaker it is, you know, you could label it in the future, but this time, you know, we're just checking to see that all the breakers are completely on. And we know it's working, so we don't expect any of them to be off. But what you do, if you're not sure, you just check to make sure. If any of them are off a little bit, then you know that that circuit just, whatever surge pushed it to shut it off. So you got to make sure that they're all in the on position. So if you check your GFI outside, you know, everything's right with the timer, everything's right with the GFI, then you would come in the house and just check like this to make sure all the breakers are pushed in, all the way in. And if they're over just a little bit, then then it's been tripped. You need to reset it and then go outside, check your GFI again, and then go through those steps that we talked about. So you can see the light right there, on, off.